Imagine this. A man says, "I'm going to India." He studies the map, gathers a crew, and sets sail west. Months pass. Finally, he reaches land. But it's not India. It's an entirely different continent. So did he fail? Because that mistake triggered one of the biggest chain reactions in human history. This is how the United States of America was born, by accident. In 1492, Christopher Columbus wasn't searching for America. His goal was a faster trade route to Asia, spices, silk, wealth. Instead, he landed in the Caribbean and thought it was India. The truth? The land wasn't empty. Millions of Native Americans were already living there. Complex societies, trade networks, civilizations existed. Yet Europe described it with a single word: discovered. And with that word, everything changed. By the 1600s, European powers were racing to claim these lands. England established colonies along the east coast. In 1620, the Mayflower arrived, carrying people fleeing religious oppression and seeking a fresh start. The colonies grew, farms expanded, ports developed, trade flourished. Across the Atlantic, England sent a message: taxes. The colonies had no representation in Parliament. Their response became legendary: no taxation without representation. Tension turned into anger. Anger turned into rebellion. In 1773, a symbolic event took place. In Boston Harbor, colonists boarded British ships and dumped crates of tea into the water. It wasn't about tea. It was about control, about sending a message. And then, war began. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed. Thomas Jefferson was one of its authors. George Washington led the Continental Army. Against all odds, the colonies won. A new nation was born, the United States of America. But independence was only the beginning. The young nation expanded westward. The idea of manifest destiny spread. It was America's destiny to stretch from coast to coast. Railroads were built, new states formed, but expansion came at a cost, especially for Native Americans. Inside the country, another crisis was brewing: slavery. The North wanted it abolished, the South resisted. In 1861, the nation went to war with itself. President Abraham Lincoln led the Union. In 1865, the war ended, slavery was abolished, but Lincoln was assassinated shortly after. America survived, but scarred. By the end of the century, the country industrialized: factories, railroads, skyscrapers. By the early 20th century, America had become an economic giant. Then came 1929, the Great Depression. The economy collapsed, millions were impoverished, but history had another turning point: World War II. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, America entered the war. When it ended, Europe was exhausted. America emerged stronger. A superpower was born. The Cold War began, a global rivalry with the Soviet Union, nuclear threats, proxy wars, the space race. In 1969, Apollo 11 landed on the moon. One small step, but a giant leap in power and prestige. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. The United States stood as the world's sole superpower. Technology reshaped everything: Silicon Valley, Hollywood, global brands, cultural influence spread worldwide. Now let's go back to the beginning. A man tried to reach India. He didn't succeed. But his failure set off centuries of revolutions, wars, expansions, and innovations. The story of America isn't just about power. It's about unintended consequences. Sometimes history isn't written with perfect plans. Sometimes a wrong turn changes the course of the world. What do you think America would be like without the Columbus metaphor? I'm waiting for your comments. Don't forget to follow.